get on in the evening with us. It hangs in there for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, it's just doing good. I gotta get that antenna tightened down tomorrow. It's just barely hanging up there. 288 feet. I don't want to come and look. I got to do the same thing out there with me. I did a fan dipole. And, of course, with all these winds and storms we've had, the heads have gotten loose, if you know what I'm talking about, or stretched, I guess you'd say, with that paracord. And between the weight of that baling hanging on there, I don't have a flat top anymore. I got a set of rabbit ears. Right. Yeah, that's what I had till today. I had rabbit ears. Oh, it used to be a delta loop. It was every lateral line. Well, I had to change all that around. So the feed point was in the center of the base leg of the triangle, which, yeah, was a doubler before. And so when I brought it down, got rid of all the lateral lines, I had temporarily anchored the feed point right there on a post in the ground about 7 feet, or 6 feet up. And I had like rabbit ears running from there up to 60 feet where the insulators were for the triangle, you know. It doesn't look like rabbit ears for real. Well, I tried them all. When I first got my ticket, you know, what I just figured out, I mean, let me ask you, how's my signal over there with you? Is it at least 10 to 20 over? It's 10 over. Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I've tried every antenna known to man, and I'll tell you what, I found out that adding a couple hundred watts will get you a lot further than trying to build a better antenna. So I just use the flat top. You know, they work fine. I mean, you never heard that old saying, jump over $100 bill trying to get to a quarter? Yeah, now, that's what I think a lot of folks do with these antennas. They're trying to get, you know, one more half of a dB improvement, and they spend $1,000 trying to do it. I'm like, well, if you just took that $1,000 and just bought a better amplifier, you wouldn't even have to worry with an antenna. Right, right. Well, I just got back to the dipole. I hear on 40 and other bands, I have a 2-element 40-meter beam, but I had one of the aluminum up in the air. Well, right now I'm using this 80-meter loop for everything, every band. What'd you say, Jim? You had what up in the air? Aluminum? 2-element 40-meter beam. Oh, okay. But it was fine for pointing it, but after I took it down, I decided to just go ahead and put a dipole back up. Well, I mean, a beam is good if you're trying to work deads. You know, like a sloper's good if you're trying to work deads. But doing what we're doing right now, I just didn't see any advantage of having all that in the air. Just a dipole will work just as good. Yeah. Well, I mean, I talked the other night to a guy in Kuwait. Just sitting there talking on the same dipole, it works fine. Yeah. Yep. Man, 10 meters has been wide open. AJ4EMT, are you a 10-meter operator? Me? Yeah. I wanted it back in the 60s and 70s. Well, can we go on one? I was an 11-meter operator. That's probably part of the 80s. I got my MT to 83, I think. I was a CB operator from way back. Folks don't realize that 35, 40 years ago, you know, I grew up, I'm getting my age away now, but I grew up in the party line. Where my grandparents, they shared a phone with 3 other people. And the old guys, they'd get in there in the evenings and they talk to one another on their CB just like we're talking right now. And everybody gives a stigma about 11-meter being a bunch of hoodlums, but we weren't. No? No, that's what a lot of people did that. I didn't, but a lot of people I knew were on 11 meters. You know, a lot of those groups are just like groups in our era back then. There wasn't all that crap going on. And the thing about it, and I think I can speak for all of us that run 11 meters, you know, the bad thing about it, if you got on there doing that crap that some of these people do, we'd find out who you were. And you didn't do it no more. Right, they get the attitude adjustment. You think? I had a buddy of mine, he brought a record service. Now, I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. We had one guy who got in there, just simple and aggravating, warm and everything. We finally figured out who he was. And do you know he took his big 12-ton record over and hooked to the base of his tower and formed it down? There you go. I couldn't believe he done that. radio was a Lafayette Comstat 5 with plug-in crystals. God, you are older than me. Yeah. And down the road from there, when they came out with, 23, we went to 40 channels. We were like, what?
But we didn't get his novice license in 1964.
Right. Yep, I had that Lafayette Comstat 5 with a super bag vertical. Now that was a good antenna, that super bag. Yeah. Did you keep the bottom radials on yours or take them off like I did? I had them all, man. I took mine off. I didn't figure they did much. I just took them off. My daddy put the antenna up, so you know. I was just a kid. What about the capacitance head? Did you leave it on top of it? Yep. And then the mighty bag came out. That's right. People didn't realize how big that super bag was. That was a true 5-inch ground plane. That thing on the thing was put about an inch and a half diameter at the bottom. Yeah, they were for real.
I've got some kind of CB antenna in the basement. It's 14, 15 feet long. Has a top head on it.
You know what? That 102-inch whip was about the best vertical antenna ever. Yep, and that's the best one you can have right now. Somebody asked me that the other day about what's the best CB antenna they can put. And I said, if you don't mind it being ugly, I said 102-inch steel whip's the best thing you get. Yes, sir. Or not.
Yeah, but you know what's bad about it?
Well, trying to go underneath stuff nowadays, you hit stuff with it.
Yeah. I took out the lights in the bank going through the drive-thru.
Well, that's when you take a tennis ball and put on it and take your piece of string and fit it over, ain't that right?
Well, I forgot. I mean, back when I used to travel a lot, of course, I had a 2-meter rig in the car, I had an 11-meter rig, and had that thing mounted on the bumper.
Yep. It brought back some memories I used to go with it. Well, that's life too in the bank, but I'd be keyed up that big Texas Star 500 over there, and I'd talk to him in the bank. Texas Star 500, boy, it's been years since I've heard that name. Well, you know what I used to do with them, and I still do? What? A Texas Star 500, if you go look at the schematic for an AL 500, Ameritron, they're identical. I just on the PA side, the only difference is filtering. Input and output filtering. But I can take a Texas Star 500 and turn it into a mono man, like before out here for 40 meters. Because I'll be honest with you, 80 meter in a mobile is not practical anyway, but I could do a 20-40 conversion on one of those in a minute. Yep. Yeah, when I finally retired from military out in Fort Ord area, I had to get out of California as quick as I could. I had a Kenwood 440 and my truck, my Dodge Ram, and I had a fire stick, not a fire stick, a ham stick, a vertical, for each man, and a bean bag with my keyer up with my bencher, and I'd probably do a CW going down the road. That's a generator in the back of the pickup truck, and an extension cord ran in the cab, a 940 Kenwood, and on the seat, I just turn it on and go. That was fun. You know what a Texas Star goes for now? No, I have no idea. You could get them used, seriously, for about $200, from a half test or what. Yeah, these things are $500 now. Oh, seriously? Yes, you still get them from Copper Electronics. Wow. Wow. Hey, but we shouldn't get upset and worry about all this because I heard Biden the other day say everything was good. Yeah, you believe that, right? Yeah, I believe an administration that's ran by chicks with dicks, sure. Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah, he said the Bidenomics was working. I said, yeah, I'm in the grocery store.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, if you weren't going to get, this is not another one. If you couldn't, and didn't want to put a 102-inch steel whip